Solomon is the name, and I'm for Biology SS1. Our topic is tissues and supporting system. And also we have this subtopic to look under this topic, and they are tissues, skeleton, forms of skeleton, and types of cartilages. And I said earlier on, or I am repeating it, that tissues are materials that are found in living organisms that enable living organisms to stand erect, or to enable organisms carry out life processes such as movement and respiration. That is all about tissues. Then what about skeleton? Skeleton is defined here as the bony framework of the body which gives shape, support and protection. And it also enables living organisms, especially vertebrates, to move, respire and to reproduce. Skeleton also protects delicate parts of the body, and it also enables animals to move from place to place, and also enables animals to even stand erect. That is the definition of skeleton. Then we have forms of skeleton. Skeleton basically are grouped into three forms. We have 1, cortical, 2, bone, 3, cartilages. So we are going to be looking at each of these forms of skeleton. So we have first, cortical. A cortical is composed of a protein called chitin and a thin waterproof layer of wax. This type of skeleton is found only in arthropods, and arthropods are insects, crustaceans, etc. These arthropods grow, and for this arthropod to grow, they must shed off the cortical. And this shedding of the cortical is called molting or ecdysis. The second type of skeleton is the bone. I may say the bone is the major component of the vertebral skeleton. The bone consists of 3 living cells called 1, octocyte, protein fiber called collagen, and mineral salts. Mainly, the mineral salts mainly are calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate. This gives the bone the strength. So first, as a result of bones moving, bones are more rigid than cartilages, and usually they consist of hard substances. That's why I said the minerals contained are calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate. That calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate makes the bone to be hard and more harder than the cartilages. Bones have hollow cavity. The hollow cavity are filled with bone marrow. So bones are found in all vertebrates, especially, or few examples here, man, lizard, lion, and also in apes. Apes are class of birds, and we have example here, birds. Now, I want to use this medium and show a model of the skeletal system. And the model of the skeletal system that I will show is the human skeletal system. The whole of this, from here, which is the head, right down to the legs here, and the limbs here, or is what we refer to as the skeletal system. And this skeletal system are made up of what we call bones. So all of these are bones that are found in man or in human beings. So that's briefly about the bones. The next one is the cartilage. I will say a cartilage is a tissue that's found in the skeleton of complex vertebrate. What do you mean by complex vertebrate? Complex vertebrates are what I've mentioned earlier as man, lion, and so on and so forth, because these are animals that have more advanced in development. So the cartilage consists of a living layer called chondroblast, carbohydrate, and a protein fiber. It is tough and flexible. So the cartilage is tough and flexible, and it has great tensile strength. So it acts as a shock absorber, cushioning the effect of bones moving against each other. This time around again, I will use this model, human model again, to show these cartilages here. The bones of the breast are called breastbone, and the breastbone are completely cartilages. They are not bones. Cartilages are found in between the vertebral column. So the vertebral column in man is the backbone. Cartilages are found in between the joints. Here we can't see the cartilages here because it's a model. If we have the real structure, we would have seen the cartilages. And I said the effect is to cushion the effect of movement of these bones on each other. Once they move and they are grazing on each other, they will come. Our next subtopic is types of cartilages. So we have basically 3 types of cartilages. And these 3 types of cartilages are hyaline cartilage, fibrocartilage, and elastic cartilage. So these are the 3 types of cartilages that are found. And one, we have to talk on hyaline cartilage. Where do we get hyaline cartilage? One, hyaline cartilage is found at the trachea and at the bronchi. Bronchi are the cartilages that are found on the lungs, which keep them open. 2, surface of movable joints. This is where you find hyaline cartilage. And 3, protruding part of the nose. Hyaline cartilage is found at the protruding part of the nose that you can squeeze. Then the second type of cartilages is the fibrocartilage. Fibrocartilage is tougher than the hyaline cartilage and is found between the discs, between the small bones of the vertebral column. If you remember the model I showed earlier on, we have the bone that runs from the neck right down to the tail, and I said that is the vertebral column. So this fibrocartilage is found between these bones. 3, we have elastic cartilage. Elastic cartilage is found at the external ear and at the epiglottis. The external ear is this, and we call this one the pinna. So next is the differences between cartilage and bones. The differences between cartilage and bones are tabulated as this. So we have 4 or 5 different bone cartilages, and it's presented in the tabular form. Once you talk of differences, it's in the tabular form. Then we have, it is made up of living and non-living cell for bones. Cartilage is only made up of living cell. 2, bones are not flexible. Cartilage are flexible. 3, bones is made up of hard substance, while cartilage is made up of soft substance. 4, bones cannot be replaced by a cartilage, while cartilage can be replaced by a bone. And that is the end of our discussion for today. Next, when we meet, we are going to continue from here, but our topic for discussion next time is type of skeletons. What we have discussed is type of cartilages, not type of skeleton. So our next lesson is going to be type of skeleton. See you next.